Guys, CPI has just came in this morning above expectations. So the majority of the market is red, but I do have a few different penny stocks that you definitely want to see. I have a 3-cent penny stock with a tiny $4 million market cap that actually has $200 million in total assets, trading at 3 cents. Like I said, how is this possible? How is it even trading at this low of a market cap, considering they do have, $200 million in total assets? So if this is true, this one is, something's not right, and this one is extremely undervalued based off that alone. So I have a biotech play trading at 10 cents that was up 40% or something like that. A very nice pop yesterday, is up 25%. As of right now, big volume. I think we had 10 million plus volume in pre-market. They were just granted a NASDAQ extension, as this one is trading at 10 cents, and they need to get this one above $1 organically within the next 180 days. So obviously something big is brewing, as another company just stepped in and made a $2 million investment in this same biotech company just recently. They're expecting phase 3 data news, potentially this month. So why would this company choose not to conduct a reverse split, knowing that their price has to basically 10x within the next 180 days? Obviously they know something or have some big catalyst that could potentially make this one have a parabolic type run. I have an OTC play that has not diluted pretty much any shares in the last year, and even when they did dilute shares, it was barely any in the last probably 2 years plus. Insiders continue to hold half of the entire outstanding share count, which is 50 million shares, so it leaves the float around 20 million shares. They had record $130 million or $128 million in revenue, with a net profit of $2.5 million, and this company is trading at a $5 million market cap. And this one is extremely undervalued, considering they have a tiny $5 million market cap, are trading just around 10 cents. They just recently announced they're doing a reverse merger to reach national exchanges, which will open them up to some big institutional investors, and a lot of big time players will actually become interested in this company as they do reach a bigger exchange, and this could bring a lot of money into the company. So this is one we have to talk about that is extremely undervalued based off their fundamentals, and this is one with a very good share structure that hasn't changed in a very long time. So guys, the first stock I want to talk about is DRCR, trading at 11 cents or just under 12 cents, and they just they have a tiny $5.9 million market cap. Just came in with some financials for the end of the year, did $128 million in revenue with net profit of $2.5 million. Outstanding share count 53 million shares, which has not changed in an entire year. Actually, within the last year, only went up around 4 million shares. So they've had a very good share structure for a long time. Insiders have continued to hold a lot, pretty much more than half of the entire outstanding share count, leaving the float at 20 million shares. So a very good share structure, very good financials that just came out, and we have a lot of news to talk about happening with DRCR, which is going to have a ticker name change and actually a reverse merger into a national exchange. This will attract a lot of new investors because a lot of people do not want to invest in pink companies or OTC companies in general, because they're very high risk and you basically are just trusting management's word in any type of PR that comes out. So Swifty Global announces record annual results ahead of national exchange reverse merger. So as you can see, Dear Cashmere Holdings, OTC, ticker DRCR, also known as Swifty Global, is a cutting-edge technology firm focused on creating groundbreaking solutions in the sports betting sector. And not only that, guys, they have their own, team that has been doing this for decades that actually produces, designs, and develops their own software. So they have, a very high experienced team. Swifty aims to drive shareholder value through accelerated innovation and enhance usability of products that the company develops. So it's very big that the company actually develops their own software, apps, and everything like that. I do believe they actually have their own crypto wallet, or we're working on that, have multiple apps, and they have licenses spanning over several global jurisdictions. Swifty has successfully brought a market to a revolutionary suite of offerings. This includes the company's proprietary swipe betting sports prediction application, as well as its traditional sportsbook and casino gaming platforms. Swifty recorded a company record revenue of $128.9 million and returned a net profit of $2.4 million, or just over that for the year. This is even more impressive considering the significant startup costs, expenses, and investments in product development and licenses fees made throughout the year. So guys, if you actually do understand what they're doing, their licenses that they have to obtain over multiple jurisdictions, etc., are very hard to get, and they cost a lot of money. They obtained a lot of these licenses that they worked very hard on getting. They say they are in the final stages of discussions and negotiations to enter a reverse merger with a company listed on a national exchange. They say they hope that this process and the negotiations surrounding this deal will be concluded in the coming weeks, so could see a very big PR by the end of the month. Just depends how fast they move with this agreement and everything like that, as they had record end of year financials and plan to uplist to a bigger exchange with a reverse merger, and we should hear something on that very soon. And this one is trading at 12 cents as of right now. Let me refresh it, see if it changed, but as of right now, yeah, trading at just under 12 cents, with a tiny market cap sitting at $5.9 million. So it definitely is one that is very hot right now, and attracting a lot of attention. And is still, and this one is still yet to be discovered by a lot of people. Volume only hit 1.5 million yesterday, and volume is very low today. Let's see what the volume is at. Looks like volume is only at 102,000. So there's not a lot of eyes on this company. I've been following it for a very long time, so just one to keep on your watch list and see what they do with this big reverse merger and everything like that. What is going on with ticker JAGX, JAGX, Jaguar Health Inc., trading at 12 cents, up 34% today, and up almost 60% in the last week. It is having a run off extension news. Did have a shareholder meeting and confirmed that they will not be doing a reverse split, which they were on the deadline for, and they now have, I believe, 180 days to get the stock price up organically to a minimum price of $1 and remain over $1 for 10 consecutive trading days before the deadline. So another company has just recently invested, like I said, GEN has put $2 million, a $2 million investment into this bleeding company, as phase 3 data is expected to be released potentially this month or very soon. So do they know something? Do they have a catalyst they are about to put? Is this why they chose not to conduct a reverse split? Because they have something that they will release that could potentially make this one 10x. It's very rare, but obviously something is going on. Volume is going crazy, and they do have this extension news. They do have a time period to really work and bust out PRs to try to help the stock price. So will that happen? Just really depends, but this one is on high watch and is expecting phase 3 data news. Maybe even expect more PRs, as they are trying to pump this one up to $1. Basically, they have to make this one 10x within a certain time period. It will be very hard to do organically, but just definitely one to watch to see what happens. So ticker GGE, Green Giant Inc., trading at 3 cents, has a tiny $4 million market cap, and they have $200 million in total assets. So based off that alone, how is this one trading this low? Looking on their balance sheet, you always have 3 zeros to these numbers when looking at them on this chart or whatever right here, but you can see $215 million in total assets with a $4 million market cap, trading at 3 cents. And ticker GGE, Green Giant Inc. Now they do have, there is a concern. They do have, pretty much just as much in total liabilities, $194 million in total liabilities, but they did have $7.2 million cash on hand as of 2023. And in terms of net income for the first quarter, I don't know if this is right, but I do believe they lost, just a few $1,000,000. As you can see, they are losing, it looks like, a few $1,000,000 each quarter, but they did lose, $17 million in terms of net income on Q3, lost $3 million or just under that in Q4. And looking at their share structure, 200 million authorized shares compared to 154 million outstanding. So only room to dilute 50 million shares at the very most. Still going to show you some news I found on them as of, earlier in this year, which is very, something to look at as well, because they are a real estate developer in China and operator of green energy businesses in the US. The company engaged in the development of high-rise, sub-high-rise residential buildings and multi-building apartment complexes in China's Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities and counties with rapidly growing populations driven by increased urbanization. And since 2022, the company has started to explore the possibility of entering the green energy sector in the US and has begun trading metal, the end product of battery recycling, since April 2023. This is one that could have a reverse split very soon, so that's something to keep an eye out for. And just wanted to mention this one as it is in a very unique situation. They haven't really had any press release or news that I could find in a very long time. That's all I have for the video, guys. Let me know in the comments what stocks that you think I should be covering or potentially be watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about these plays. Like the video if you did enjoy it, and put notifications on so you do not miss some of these plays that can potentially explode. Guys, there is a very big federal cannabis legalization bill ahead of 420, which is actually coming up, with plans to file this month. So all those cannabis plays I have been discussing, some of the main ones in one of my videos, and then some of the ones that most people don't know about in the other videos, these could potentially explode. It all depends on this bill and this catalyst right here and how that goes. So keep that in mind, and I will see you on the next video.